Hello, I'm Donald Osborne, writer and creator of Everlasting Survivors. You're watching Catch the Craze.
What's up, crazies? Kickstarter fans, indie comic fans, I got something for you. I have indie creators in the blue room. They're ready to talk to you about their Kickstarters. They either launched it or gonna launch. So if you really love indie comics and you want to support the little guy and see them win, well, here's an opportunity to prove it. Put your money where your mouth is. Check this out. I'm done talking. Now it's time for the indies. Let's start it up. Start it up, y'all. Start it up, y'all. Start it up, start it up, start it up, y'all.
What's up, Georgie? Who do we have on the show today?
So today we have Mr. Donald William Osborne, and we're going to be talking about his book, which is Everlasting Survivors, and it's on Indiegogo. So check it out.
Yes, check it out. So, welcome to Cast the Craze podcast. I'm your host with the most, the crazy man Vera, and I am with
George the Dreamer Medina. What up, player?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? What's going on?
Lots going on. Got too much cooking, not enough eating. That's the problem.
Well, we have a guest on the show today that's also cooking. He's doing an Indiegogo campaign that is live now.
Yes.
And he's got a few days left. So about five days left. So check it out. It's Everlasting Survivors, Volume 1. It's a graphic novel, and it's on Indiegogo. So definitely got to check that out. But before we get to him, let's talk a little bit about what we got going in the kitchen, as you mentioned it. For those who follow and for the fans of Catch the Craze, they probably already know that Forbidden is on Indiegogo right now as well.
Forbidden, yes. And this show is sponsored by Forbidden. So join us tomorrow. No, join us today. Tonight. Join us tonight at 8 p.m. I don't even know when we're joining. Where are we now?
Okay, so this is, I believe today is Saturday.
Today is Saturday.
I believe today's Saturday. So yes.
Yes, today is not Saturday.
Today
is Thursday. So join us tonight at 8 p.m. We just crazy up in the crazy house. Join us tonight at 8 p.m.
All right, hold it on a second, okay? I've been bamboozled. Hoodwinked, latest straight, run amok, okay? Because I was told we were airing this on Saturday, and you just flipped the script on me.
No, that's what's his name? That's the listeners on Saturday. You're not.
Oh man!
Stop! You cray. So
oh god, I gotta record you when we're having these conversations, you silly. Anyway, yes, tonight.
Yes, tonight at 8:00. Join us on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube as we live stream, take live guests, and talk about Forbidden and answer questions about Forbidden. And there may be some raffles and some trivia in there. But we launched Forbidden on Indiegogo, my first ever Indiegogo for Forbidden, a book that I wrote back in 2000. It's 20 years in the making. This first issue was illustrated by Anibal Arroyo, with covers by me, by Anibal, and by David Quiles. So there's 3 different covers, actually 4 covers, because there's a Spanish cover, Prohibido, and that. So you have 4 covers available, and the interior again was done by Anibal Arroyo, and it's exciting. I'm excited because it's been in my treasure chest for a long time. It's been in the box, and we took them out the box, and now we get to play in the Forbidden. And, we had 2 successful Kickstarter campaigns. 2020 was the first time we ever did Kickstarters, and then we did it for Cast the Crazies, and both times we were successful. And I'm hoping to repeat that on Indiegogo. It's a whole different playing field, whole different playground. I'm looking to make new friends, so... Hi, I'm Samuel. You want to play with me? So I want to play with some new friends and hopefully make Forbidden the next best epic fantasy series out there.
That's right. And you mentioned the Crazies. Just for everyone who's watching and who pledged to the Kickstarter for the Crazies, we still are waiting on some of the surveys for you guys. We definitely want to get this stuff out and to you guys early. So if you haven't filled out that survey, please fill it out. It's probably in your email. check your spam folder, fill those things out so we can know where we're sending some of this stuff. And there are also a couple of questions in there depending on what you pledged for that we are going to need answers for. How do you want your name, to appear in the back of the book? Things like that. So definitely check that out and make sure that you get it back to us so that we can get that stuff to you ASAP. But yeah, man, Forbidden is back, and I'm very excited and very happy that you decided to do that because, and I've said this before, it's definitely one of my favorite things that you've written, Forbidden.
Thank
And
you.
I remember back in 2000, what was it, 2005 when you first put it out?
When it first came out to the public, it was in
Yeah,
2005.
05. Yeah, '05. So, it was one of those, and this was before, the big, obviously, streaming services and Netflix and all that other stuff. So this was before any of those, shows that you guys are watching now that are like fantasy based, right?
Yes.
Not that this was before Game of Thrones, because I think that book's been out for a while, but the show wasn't out yet. So this was way before any of that stuff. And I think if you're a fan of that stuff, I think you are going to dig this book because it deals with some of the same, and I don't want to say issues because it doesn't, but it's definitely in that fantasy realm.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, it definitely is. And, I'm playing some of the previews on here, and you'll get more of it tomorrow on the live show. But it's pure fantasy. It's, I created Sin as my first character back in the days, and it went from there. And I believe I was channeled by a writer in the other world. And so Forbidden is a tale about family. It's a tale about deception. It's a tale about good versus evil. Trust. It's you have everything that you deal with in real life from a male-dominated arena to sibling rivalry to quest for power to legends and tales to dark world. So there's a lot in it, and you don't know who's going to make it to the end, and then so you have to stick around because there's so many twists and turns to Forbidden, and the only people that know about Forbidden or have read issues one and two were those who were around back in 2005 who bought them at the Comic Cons, and it's probably about 1,000 or so people that bought them at the Comic Cons. Outside of that, no one else knows, and so we reintroducing it to the world and hopefully getting it out there into as many hands as possible. And we need you to do that. So join us tonight at 8:00 as we launch the first live Kickstarter Indiegogo launch for Forbidden.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. Jeez, bro. There is so much to dive into that story. So I'm looking forward to not just issue 0, which is the first Kickstarter. I mean, the first Indiegogo. I got to stop saying that. The first Indiegogo will be for the 16 issues that we're putting out. And
16 pages.
To color them. What happened?
16 pages.
16 pages, not issues. Holy cow, imagine. It's for 16 issues, is Indiegogo. No, it's for 16 pages. 16 pages. And I really can't wait for the world to see the rest of it because it's 130 pages of story when it's completed.
137, I believe, right? Something around there. Yeah, it's over 130 pages of story, broken down into 6 issues. Going to be collected into one major book. The whole series is fully inked and illustrated. George is completing the lettering, and the goal is to raise the money to have it colored. And we're starting with the first introduction issue. The goal is to have it collected by the end of the year in a trade paperback and getting it into the stores. So the success of this campaign will determine what we do going forward with Forbidden. This is an extension of everything I know and love. And my heart's into this project, so I'm hoping that you walk away feeling satisfied when you pick up and read the book. And it's available in Spanish. that's just over the top. So, what other Indiegogo comic book is available in Spanish as well? Come on. So it's just like, come on. I don't see it. I've backed a lot of them. I don't see them. So, we're hoping that there's a lot of incentives. We have a retailer incentive. We have an international incentive. There's just a lot of reward levels and a lot of great stuff. Everything from T-shirts to bookmarks to sketch cards, sketch covers, gold covers, hollow foil covers. There's a lot of great stuff in there.
Yeah. No, it is. And definitely tune in later on tonight for more information on what you will be getting as part of your rewards when you pledge. So check that out for sure tonight. We are also going to be telling you about, I'm telling you about tomorrow's show. On tomorrow's show, we have Lou Seif, who's our hip-hop artist.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about hip-hop. We're going to be talking about his coming up. He's an independent hip-hop artist with a hip-hop album right now called The Agenda. So check that out tomorrow on Catch the Craze. That will be on there. Tonight we have the show, and then this weekend we have more of these shows, right? We have the Kickstarter special for the Listener, which is a very, very cool book by Dustin. I can't remember the gentleman's last name now, and I feel bad. But the book looks amazing. The Listener, it looks amazing. So that'll be tomorrow. Saturday, right, Sam? I'm right on that?
Saturday, yes.
That. We're good. All right.
Saturday, yes.
Cool. Yeah, so that's going to be great. I mean, listen, we have so many things going on with the show, with the books now that we're starting to put out. And definitely also what you want to do is you want to subscribe to the channel, because we have so many updates and so many things that we're talking about. You want to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, check out some of the artists that we have on here. Make sure you go to their Indiegogos, make sure you go to their Kickstarters. If you can support, it helps put their stuff out there. So that's very important. And what else we got going on? I mean, we have so many things coming down.
Not only that, so new to Catch the Craze is our sponsorship program. Mm-hmm. So if you have a crowdfunding campaign, an Indiegogo, Kickstarter campaign, if you have a book launch, a record party that you're going to release an album, a new toy line that you're designing, or trading card game, whatever you're doing that you're going to launch, sponsor one of the episodes, sponsor multiple episodes of Catch the Craze. And it's as simple as providing a maximum, no more than 30 seconds, whether it's a video or audio, promo that you create, submit to us, and you determine how many shows you want to go on. Have it. And you let us know if you want it at the beginning of the show, the middle of the show, the end of the show. And we will plug you in, and it's affordable. So, for instance, a 30-second spot on Catch the Craze is $10. $10. So, and if you hit the link below, that's in the summary, it'll take you to the page where you can actually look and see, do I want a commercial on the What's in the Box, the Crazy Nintendo Last, on Catch the Craze, or do I want all of them? So there's also package deals as well. So we have our first sponsor, which is pretty awesome. We just locked in our first sponsor, brought in sponsoring multiple shows, which is awesome. So it's affordable. It's the indie community. So we decided, hey, you know what? Let's just make sure that we make it as fun and easy for the indie community as possible. But everyone's looking to promote their stuff. And we're not on an independent comic book podcast or independent creators podcast that's growing fast. So here's your opportunity to promote your endeavor. Hit us up. Hit that link. It'll take you directly. All you do is pay, and once you're done, you just send your link over to us, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, and if you aren't, if you don't have a video, or if you don't have the time to do it, or something like that, but you're a writer and you want to write text for us to read during the show, send it over. I'll read it on the air for the same amount. So, there are different ways to get this done. Don't think that, oh man, I don't have a video, I can't do it. No, just reach out, and we'll definitely sit here. If you have some text, I'll definitely read it.
The price will change if you want us to create the commercial for you. That you have to inquire. If you want us to come up and create a video for you or whatever.
Sammy always does this to himself. Why would you sit there and create a video? You knucklehead. We have so much stuff going on.
Just saying, if you would like it to be handled by the production house of the Craze, then you have to inquire, and we'll discuss rates. It's very different. It's not a $10 rate. So, but but if you have an iPhone, an Android, you can record yourself. You can create a little jingle. If you have a Apple, you have GarageBand, you can create your own jingle. It's as simple as that. If not, we can talk. That's just how we do. This is how we do it.
You silly man.
What are you doing?
I'm. What do you mean? What am I doing?
I don't know.
Chilling.
You're looking at your phone or something?
Chilling. Yeah, I'm looking at the floor. I found something on the floor. I found a penny on the floor. I got to pick it up.
See a penny, pick it up. All day long, you'll have good luck.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, no, so we have a few things going on for everybody, and we're looking for. Hey, if you want to get on the show as well, hit us up. We've just implemented a very, very easy way to get on the show. Hit us up. Let us know you want to be on it. We will be sending you a link, which will take you into a Facebook page. Sam, I don't know if you want to break it down for them, how they can get on there and how easy it is.
Break it down. I don't want nobody else to hear the sound. So, remember Tevin Campbell?
Yeah, that's my boy. Yo, Tevin Campbell was the man.
Can we talk?
For a minute.
Yeah, I know. I did that at, what is it? What do you call those things again? Karaoke bar. They put me on the spot. I was Tevin for the night.
Oh, man.
So, what's going on with my mic today? What the? My mic is drunk. Hold on. Excuse me. So anyway, so now it's easy to be a guest. This is what happens when you're live. Mics start acting up. I'm going.
Damn, your thing is flaccid. What's going on over there? What's going on?
Not enough testosterone. So he went whoop.
Wow.
So if you go, if you want to be a guest on Catch the Craze,
Yes.
I will send you a link, and the link will direct you to a page on Facebook. And on Facebook, there's only two options: Tuesday slots or Wednesday slots, either 7:30 or 8:30 p.m. And you will go and pick the slot that's available, that's open, because some of them are already booked, and the date that you want. So let's say you wanted a Tuesday, say the 16th or whatever, and it'll tell you if that slot's available. If it is, you go and book the appointment. If you have a crowdfunding campaign, it's important that you note that in the appointment, so we understand when to release your show. If it's during your campaign, we want to make sure that we support your campaign and get it out on a timely basis. If you don't, if you just want to promote you as an artist or creative or whatever, and it's not time sensitive, you don't need to indicate anything. We're just worried about the crowdfunding. And it's simple as that. Then I get an alert, and then I'll hit approve, and you'll get notice that you've been approved. If for some reason, somehow, the Facebook did something crazy and it was a double book, I will deny it and let you know why and tell you to pick a different time slot because it was taken. Because we've been testing it out. We've been beta testing, and we found some bugs in the system.
Little glitches.
Yes. So it is pretty simple. Simple as that. An easy way for you to just pick what works for you, and we go from there.
Exactly. Yeah. We also have so in case like Sam said, if it's time sensitive and you have your Kickstarter that's launching and you want it, we'll accommodate that. Right now, currently we are booking shows for the last 2 weeks in April, May, and beyond. So if you have something that is coming out, in June, and you're like, hey guys, no time then, I can be, we can record this show now and it'll be for June, that's fine. We can do that, whatever. But yeah, just let us know also if it's time sensitive. That's very important. We don't want you missing out on promoting your campaign or something like that. Because your campaign started starts next week, it ends in 30 days, but your show doesn't air to April, so.
Right. And on top of that, for Forbidden, so I've had a lot of artists reach out to me and say, hey, how can I support Forbidden? I'd like to do a piece. So with that said, here's an opportunity for you to show us your best version of Forbidden. Send us a pinup of our characters in your style, and for a chance to be featured in the book. We have to get it by the 15th of March. Because we also have to get everything to the press and all that other stuff and format the books. So we want to be able to go through everything, see how many pages, and then if it's more than we can handle, we'll figure it out. Ideally, everybody will be featured in the book somehow. Maybe in with your information. But here's another chance. If you want a full page, we're gonna vote on the best 3 to have a full page feature in the book, and the rest will just get notable mentions with the image, and then we'll link to your websites also, and you'll be featured on Catch the Craze because we'll talk about it and show it on the show live. So here's an opportunity. Show us your best version of Forbidden. Get down and have fun.
There you go. I mean, so many ways to get noticed here on Catch the Craze. So definitely take advantage of whatever it is. We have many things that we are offering. So check it out. And I love it because the show is growing, it's expanding. We're able to do a lot of these things because there is a demand for it. So
yes,
definitely come out. I mean, we're here to support and promote independence. So, and like I said, it's not just be appearing as a guest, but also if you want to do the sponsorship program, that's up to you as well.
Word up. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the house of Craze.
Yeah, man. Ever since you become a brokepreneur, there's just all day in the studio.
I don't have a life.
Which aren't you making that into a feature?
Yes.
The Brokeprenaur?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Speaking of Brokepreneurs, right here. Bang.
Hey.
The Brokeprenaur. That's the logo. Ooh. So there's going to be a vlogumentary of the Brokeprenaur in the day in the life of the crazy man himself. And so, you think you have no idea. This is the diary of the Brokeprenaur. So my day is structured. And like, for instance, today I woke up and I created, I populated the calendar in Facebook, and I had to create a Google Calendar and had them both migrate. So this way they're talking to each other because for somehow the dates weren't blocked on Facebook, but once I entered them in Google, it got blocked. So I had to learn how to do those two and get those two to migrate and talk to each other. I had to create the content for Forbidden promos today and post those. I had to edit a show that's going to be premiering Saturday. I did a show for What's in the Box, but I had to read the book first, 200 pages, graphic book, novel, and I read it, and then I did the show. Had to communicate with multiple guests today and confirm all that stuff. Update the website, so I updated the main page in the website with the Forbidden information, and I created the store for the sponsorship. Oh my God. Doing this show, talking to you guys. So today was a packed full day, and that's just one day. So this day, I'll probably be finished in the studio at 2 a.m. I woke up at 7 this morning, and I'll probably be done at 2. And so that's basically what it looks like every day for me.
Yeah. No, it's definitely more work than anything else. But I think it's time for a quick break. And then on the other side of the break, we'll talk to our guest, Mr. Donald William Osborne.
Absolutely. So let's see. What do we got here? I don't even know what commercial we're going to do. I haven't done this one in a while.
Shh. Why are we hiding? I'm not hiding. I'm trying to catch it. Oh, what are we catching? What are we gonna catch? I'm trying to catch the Craze. Catch the Craze. The what? The Craze? Like the disco craze? No. What are you wearing? What do you mean, what am I wearing? What are you wearing? I'm fresh. No one says fresh anymore. Why you acting up? I'm not acting up. You acting up. Come on, man. Stop acting up.
All right. So welcome to Catch the Craze. We are back with our guests, Donald William Osborne the Third. Right? I'm doing the whole thing, and he's here to talk about his Indiegogo campaign that is currently going now, and we're down to a few more days. And so,
7 days.
7 days. So, welcome.
Thank you.
So, tell us who you are, and before we talk about your project, we'd like to get to know you. So, who is Donald?
Well, my friends call me Oz. So who I am, right now I'm a security guard, but I'm trying to just be a writer. I spent 6 years trying to make this comic come to life, and I got to where that I was like, okay, it's ready for an audience, and that's why I put it up. But in the past, I was in the Army for 6 years. I was a wrestler for a while. I didn't do very well at that. I literally won one match in my life, but hey, it was fun. I mean, I've lived a life, and it's been good, and everything's led to telling this story. And so that's why I want people to have it.
That's awesome. So wait, so hold on. You said some really cool stuff here. You were a wrestler, dude. Like, is this like the
Oh,
WWE
yeah.
or is this like more like collegiate?
Yeah. WWE wrestling. It was when I was deployed to Iraq, my mom would send me wrestling magazines because I wasn't getting them over there. And I made some friends, and while we were there, we were like, whenever we get back to Hawaii, because that's where we were stationed, we're going to learn to wrestle. And I was the first one back of the crew, and so I found a training school.
Wow.
I got back in September, and my first match was in January because a couple people didn't come back after they left the island for Christmas. Another guy hurt his knee while they were out, and so the head trainer said to me and one of my friends, he said, y'all are debuting this Saturday night, which we didn't think we were going to because we'd only been training since October, and it was January. So I was like, there's no way. So we didn't have anything ready. We had to come up with characters on a Wednesday to debut on Saturday. It was super fun. Oh my goodness.
Wow, good for you, dude. And listen, thank you for your service, man. We really appreciate what you've done for the country. So thank you for going out there.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it was some good years.
Yeah, no, dude, that's awesome, man. So I know Sam asked you a little bit about your past. So how did you like the writing bug? Is that something that was always with you even as a child, or was that something that you developed as you got older? Talk to me about the whole.
It's so weird. I'm telling you, like as a kid, I thought I was just playing. I got these action figures. Cyclops is meeting up with Scott Steiner or whatever. But the whole time, it didn't matter what I was doing. I was coming up with ideas, and these ideas, they spawned out with, of course they came up with stories because that's just what ideas do, or at least that's the way I feel personally.
Right.
You've got the beginning, and then you figure out the middle, and where's the conclusion? Here's the end. I mean, it's just how it goes. I wish that I had the idea to do this before I wrestled, because I would have invested my money in this idea instead of that. Right. But honestly, everything in life leads to the next stage in life. So I can't knock any of the choices I made before.
Absolutely. I know the story is called Everlasting Survivors, and before we even get to that, like you mentioned your life experiences, have you written other things besides Everlasting Survivor based on what you've experienced in life? Is that something that you're working on, or maybe you've worked on in the past that we don't know about?
Yeah, I have things that weren't finished basically, and can be in the future, but this is the most complete idea that I've ever worked through. This would have just been an idea in my head had I not gone to the Cincinnati Comic Expo in 2014. And my first artist, if he hadn't had art with The Rock on it sitting on his table, this may never have come to life either. But he had an awesome drawing of The Rock, and I started talking to him about an idea with a hero team with a wrestler on it. 4 months later, we started going, and 6 years later it's done. But the whole thing, it took time because I wouldn't give the artist pages to draw if I didn't have money to pay for.
Right.
In the past I'd done wrestling shows where the promoter said, "Hey kid, I'll get you next time." Just because, hey, the gate wasn't what we wanted it to be. And so I was like, well, if I'm going to be the promoter, if I'm going to be the person telling the story, I'm not going to give work out that I can't pay for. And so that's how that's why it took so long to get to the finish line, is because even now I have a new artist, because, and it wasn't that there was a falling out with the original artist. It was just time led to us going in different directions. And so like the first interview I did like this was with the original artist, and yeah, I don't know, I forget even what the first question was that led to me rambling. Sorry about that. Oh, you asked me about stories. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. I mean, listen, I like to hear your explanation to whatever it is you're talking about. So I'm all good. I know Sam likes to ask some really cool questions about like when you're growing up and like comic books you've read. So go ahead, Sam. You got any questions like that for him?
Oh, what are you setting me up for? So
I'm throwing it up.
no. So I mean, when we talk to the creator, we like to get an insight into the personality, because it's really about people back people. The product is just the bonus. So tell us about your upbringing. What were you into as a kid?
Like I jokingly said about Cyclops and Scott Steiner, my interests growing up were X-Men the animated series, Batman the animated series, and always professional wrestling. I was more of a WCW guy than a WWF guy. I don't know why. I mean, I was never anti-WWF, but there was something about the Southern wrestling that drew me to it. Loved Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, like I said, Scott, Rick Steiner, just Sting. Oh my goodness, Sting.
Right.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Blonde mohawk. Or not mohawk, but the flat top. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Nice. So what was the first comic book you ever read?
I don't know that I can say it for sure, but I know that some of the ones that stick out to me were X Factor. I remember that. But I don't know what the first comic I ever read was. I do know it was always a struggle for me to get to a comic shop growing up. And the things I would get were always random. They didn't mesh because I was never able to get my family to take me to the comic shop, so I'd have to pick up something from the Kroger or whatever, Big Lots, wherever I could just find a comic. I'd be like, hey, can I get this thing that I don't have 1, 2, or 12, but now I've got number 13. I don't know what's going on in this story, but I love it. It's beautiful. And
nice.
Yeah, so
where did you grow up, Oz? Where you from?
I'm from a small town in Ohio called McDermott. Nobody's ever heard of it, so I typically tell people I'm from Portsmouth, Ohio, because at least they've heard of that. Right now I live in Columbus, which is so much simpler. You say Columbus and everybody's like, I know all about that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been to Cleveland. I've traveled out to Cleveland a couple of times. I went out to see a Browns game in Cleveland. I've never been to Columbus, but I got a friend who says he likes it out there. He says it's really nice in Columbus, so I may have to check out some of that area.
Yeah, growing up in a small town, I was always apprehensive about living in a big city, but I love Columbus.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with comic shops. You know how I couldn't get there as a kid, but I'm at all of them now, all the time. I'm just because every shop has its own different personality, and a lot of it has to do with the workers, but and how they feel about different products. So it's just nice to get out and get a feel for the locations.
What comic books are you into right now? Like, what do you read comics? Are you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I still read. I'm not following a ton of stuff at the moment because most of my money is going to making this happen.
Yeah.
But I'm reading the continuing adventures of the Batman the animated series.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
What's the Robert Kirkman book that?
Which one? The Walking Dead or?
No. It's a hold on. It's well, I mean, yeah, obviously I have those, but I was trying to think of there's a book that he's got out right now. It's about Oblivion Song. That's what it is. So it's about two different dimensions that crash into each other. That stuff's so good because that's the beauty of storytelling. It's not really about that. That's what the concept is, but the story is about two brothers. And that's what I love, when you can have that personal connection to the characters, no matter how big and crazy the story is, because that one's pretty big and crazy, where two different dimensions they crash into each other. But it's really about how these brothers feel about a small, simple life, and another one feels about, living the big time, and how that they end up seeing each other's point of view.
So
Yeah, he's good with that. He's good writing like that kind of stuff, man. Kirkman is really good about exploring, just people, that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So which came first, the idea of creating your own comic book or joining the service?
Oh yeah, I was I joined the service way first. Like I never even it's weird. Like, I'd always thought about comics.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to draw, but I was never consistent enough. Like, I could do a panel here and there where it looked good, but the in-betweens were always my problem, and keeping the consistency. So I enlisted just thinking, hey, I'll get a steady paycheck, something reliable, and get to see new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say bad words. That's why I said stuff. But yeah. So the Army thing definitely came first, and the comic stuff just came down the line. It really took shape when I used my GI Bill to go to college, because when I went to college, I just found such a connection with so many people who felt the same way about the medium as I did, where although the funny thing is, I think I'm the only one who stuck with it, because it's not easy, having an idea and seeing it through.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go to that moment where you said, "All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna create my own book." And did you think it would, when you tackled the endeavor? Did you realize how long it would be or how difficult it would be at the time?
No. If I didn't know it was going to take me 6 years, I would have never started. So I'm glad I didn't know.
Right.
But it's all for the best, because when I started the story, it was fine, but so many things happened in between that created an evolution, not just within myself, but within the story, that has made it better and will continue to make the characters grow and the story better as time goes on.
Right. Right. So let's talk about it. Talk about your project. What's the premise?
All right. So Everlasting Survivors is about 3 heroes, the first 3 powered characters in this world. The 2 male leads are they're basically showboats. They fully embrace the limelight. It's no different than Tony Stark saying, "I am Iron Man," except they both fully embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
One's a wrestler who wasn't doing very well, which I know all about, until his complexion turned blue, and that's what made him blow up. As meaning a star, which turned him into a star. I love that idea because I stole it from a friend of mine from Hawaii. He was an albino Samoan, and the fact that he was albino made him stand out.
Wow.
And when I don't know, when I'm conceiving the characters, I said to myself, I was like, I've got to find a way to make them stand out. And thinking back on my friend Tilo, I was like, yeah, the unusual complexion is definitely the way I'm going to go with that.
Does he know? Does he know that you use that as a? Does he know about that?
Oh, well, I mean, I've said it 3 times, so I'm sure he picked up on it by now.
He's already.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm sure he's picked up on it, but it's.
That's funny.
I didn't ask for permission to steal his standing out ability.
Nice. Nice.
Like I said, so the 2 male leads both accept the limelight and revel in it, but the female lead, she's the only one who wears a mask of the 3 because she's a nurse in her everyday life, and so she's helping people both with the mask and without. but yeah, so the reason the story is called Everlasting Survivors is much like DC's Resurrection Man. If any one of the three characters are dealt a death blow, they come back, except unlike him, they come back with an additional abnormality, not a different power, because Resurrection Man only has one thing at a time, right. And there's collect and compound, which then in the future can create quite the issue.
Nice. And this is a 68-page book that you have out, that you are going to be putting out, right?
Yeah, it's and it's up right now on Indiegogo, but I will be getting the physical copies next week. It's already been sent to the printer.
Oh, wow.
So as soon as the campaign closes, it's going to be mailed out. No chance for delay.
That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. And you have I'm looking at your Indiegogo right now. You have cover A, cover B, A and B. So you have some options here. Tell us a little bit about the rewards and what people will be getting when they pledge.
Unfortunately, I didn't confidently come up with tiered award systems or things of that nature. Like, I know things that I want to offer, but because it was my first time and I didn't even know what the heck I was doing, I still don't. I'm learning every day.
Right.
I didn't create extras, and maybe that's why that it's hesitating. Also maybe it's hesitating because this is the first time I've gone on camera. Like you said, with most people backing people, that could be an issue. Yeah. I'm not, but no, I didn't create. I don't have like posters or bookmarks or stickers or action figures or anything like that.
Which would be awesome, dude. Like some action figures of these things. I'm looking at some of these characters. They would be cool, bro.
Well, it's funny. For our birthday in September, a friend of mine made me a Funko of Dom. He's the blue wrestler.
Really?
Yeah, it was super kick-ass. I mean, super cool.
Nah, dude, that's awesome. No, I mean, listen, like, and you talk about learning as we go along, and Sam and I, we're right now. Sam has got an Indiegogo right now going on, and it is a learning process, dude. And like Indiegogo is one of those platforms similar to Kickstarter where like you really have to do so much homework right before you even anything out there, and it's a learning. I mean, by next time you put something out like this, you'll know a lot more about what to do. But I'm
already planning step whatever you would call it, the second chance or whatever it needs to be, because after being this deep in, I can't let it end in anything other than success.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And the beauty of it, dude, is that it's completed. So it's not like people are gonna be like, oh man, what am I pledging to? No, it's done, dude. Like you said, it's at the printer. So as soon as this thing ends, everybody gets their stuff.
Absolutely. Well, and it's weird. So I again, I'm so not anti, but lacking in internet. I don't know what you would call it, familiarity. Probably what would be the best thing. I was on Twitter over the weekend, and some dude was like, oh. Why would you put a finished product on Indiegogo? If you're finished, then print it. It's like, you realize that stuff's not free, right? like I'm already $8,000 deep into this project. Like, let me just pull some more out of thin air.
Yes. No, I mean, but I think it's all learning. I think George and I first did our first Kickstarter back in September. But before then, we talked to a lot of veteran Kickstarters, and got a lot of advice on how to and what to do and all these other things, because there's nothing guaranteed.
Absolutely.
You got to hustle every day to get the word out in a very heavily populated social media arena.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
On the same topic of asking for advice, my original artist, Jeff Hicks, he had a successful Indiegogo campaign. And so the first thing I asked him when I wanted to go live, I said, what is the advice you would give? And he said, be done. Because that was a problem he had with Stealing Solo, his Indiegogo project. He had an idea that people wanted to back, and then he didn't get done on time. And thankfully he did finish and he did get it out.
Right.
But his first printing had issues, and so he had to get a new printer and send replacement books, and all of those things, you know, are a headache and not beneficial. But you know, like I said, in the end, it all balanced out. But he was like, yeah, if you are done and you are ready to send, then you know, you will at least get that barrier out of the way.
Right. Yeah.
So you won't ever trip over it, basically.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, what is your goal for the series?
Bare minimum, I want to at least put out one book every quarter. A spring, this is the spring release. A summer, a fall, and a winter.
Gotcha.
And that's a part of why the book is so thick, being 68 pages, because to try and hit a 22 page a month goal just would be very hard. With the fact that my current artist, this is his first paying gig. Before now he had only ever drawn for his own fun, and so by putting more space between releases, it gives him more time to get faster, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, dude, I think I'm looking through the pages. They look great. Does he also do the lettering on the book? Because I letter myself, and I love the lettering. I think it's very, very.
I also love the lettering. So it's no, the lettering is done by a dude named Letter Squids.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he's so smooth. Oh my goodness! I sent him the pages on a Friday. I think Tuesday he was like, "Oh, here you go, I'm done." I was like,
Wow.
"Good Lord!"
Yeah.
And there were like 4 errors, but he got them fixed in a day's time. I was like, "This is money well spent." Oh my goodness!
Yeah, no, this is great. This looks really, really good, very polished. And listen, Oz, all the best to you, my brother. I'm gonna pledge to the Indiegogo myself, and I'm looking. And if you do another one, I'm looking forward to it. And you know, you can always come on, promote.
I appreciate it. I mean,
brother, you know, make sure people know it's out there. You know, we will do our best to do that for you as well, man.
But, yeah.
Yeah,
So, but who's your target
what's that?
audience?
Sorry.
Who's your target audience with this book?
The way I see it is 15 to 50 is an appropriate audience. I had a friend from Hawaii hit me up and she said, my 5-year-old reads manga. Can they read this book? And I said, well, I have one F word and one nude scene. So I said, I don't think it's good for your 5-year-old, but I said, you can buy it for yourself and just hold on till he's ready to go.
Nice. Nice. So, what would you like the audience to take away from this episode?
Well, I hope they like me for one.
Definitely.
No, honestly, I want people to share it with their friends. This is a very it's a very easy to step into world. Whether you're a wrestling fan or you're into the action, you want the drama. I don't care how you get what exit you take to get onto this road, but once you're on it, I believe everybody's going to want to stay on this journey.
Awesome.
Sweet, man.
So, how can people reach you?
I barely use Twitter. I am so not good at it.
But you're on Facebook, right?
I am, yeah. I actually understand how to use that. So Everlasting Comic on Facebook, and if you do go to Everlasting Comic on Facebook, then you can follow the link to the Indiegogo. It also has links to the Instagram and Twitter, both of which I kind of suck at, but I'm trying my best to get better as I go along.
Yes.
Perfect, brother. Perfect. I actually found it by just searching. When I go into Indiegogo, I searched the name of the book, Everlasting Survivors, and it took me right there. So if you guys,
Perfect, yeah. So I did a fun experiment where I Googled it, and I was number 2.
oh, nice.
Everlasting Survivors is number 2 on Google.
Awesome.
The first thing is Survivor, the band, and a song called Everlasting I'd never heard of.
Nice.
All right, well that works. That works.
Yeah. So if you got Eye of the Tiger in your head, just buy the book.
Yes. And the link will be in the YouTube summary. So all you have to do is hit that link and it goes straight to Indiegogo,
Awesome.
to your page. But thank you for reaching out and thank you for being on the show. And we wish you a lot of success.
I'm so glad you had me.
Absolutely,
Yes,
man.
definitely, and we definitely will follow up when you're ready to launch your next one, and
Thank you.
we'll see what what some of the lessons learned from the first one and how you
Absolutely.
navigated into the second space.
All right. Thanks so much.
You got it. Thank you,
You got
buddy.
it, brother.
All right, so
Excelente.
yeah, there it was. Go check it out. So I guess the link is in the summary. It'll take you directly to his page. He has 7 days left. Show the man some love. He supported the country. He made the sacrifices. He has a dream. Don't hold it against him because it's his first. You know, there's so much going on in technology that it's hard to, we talked about it. I had to learn how to migrate to different platforms to be able to get an outcome that I was looking for. But in order to do that, I had to sit there and play with it all day. And then George was my guinea pig.
I kept getting rejected.
Yeah.
I was like, can I come on at 8:30? Rejected. I was like, damn.
We were beta testing. So
No, definitely, Donald. Thank you so much for being on the show.
yes.
His friends call him Oz. Guys, call him Oz. Make sure you go on Indiegogo, type in Everlasting Survivor,
Yeah.
hit the pledge, hit the back it button, back that thing. He's gonna send us the books regardless whether he makes the goal or not. So that's a plus already. We already win, and it really I was complimenting him on the professionally looking lettering, dude. Like the lettering really does it for me when it comes to a book, because I want to be able to, when I'm reading it, I want to be able to, it has to look nice to me. And so this looks great. I really do like what they did with the lettering. The artwork is great, and the story sounds like it's pretty, it's different, man, and sounds like it's fun. So
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah. And 6 years in the making, and think about it. I mean, he spent $6,000 of his own money, or $8,000 of his own money, and it took him 6 years. But his philosophy was, I need to make sure I pay the artist, which is why it took so long. And hats off, because I started my career in security. I was a security guard for many, many years, and I was in the security industry for a long time. And show the guy some love, and hit the link below. And so don't forget, if you like this episode, give us a thumbs up. Recommend it to a friend. Don't forget to subscribe.
That's right.
If you want to be a sponsor on our episode, again, hit the link in the summary. It'll take you to the sponsorship page. We appreciate that. And join me tonight at 8 o'clock.
Just you, right, Sam? Just you?
You
Join
and
you?
Me and George. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. George and I. And that's so you see how I get them?
That's all.
I'm a crooner. And
that voice, bro. That voice.
so yes, join us 8 o'clock tonight. We're gonna put on our tux, and we're gonna do the Forbidden launch party, and for Forbidden, which goes live tomorrow. So we hope to see you pledging and at our doorsteps and support Forbidden. Again, it is a very modest goal. The goal is to pay the colorist to get a colorist to color the book. But there are stretch goals in the pipeline in the event that we do make that goal. So there's a lot of incentives for you, a lot of incentives for the internationals, a lot of incentives for the locals. So, and for the Latinos, because it's also in Spanish as well.
Stand up. Yeah, no, definitely. Listen, the more that's collected in the Indiegogo, it will help with future issues being colored, and then the whole thing can be colored, and you guys can see that process. So definitely tell a friend, like Sam said, and get ready to pledge tomorrow night. First day backers, Sam, what do they get before we go?
First day backers, you're guaranteed to get the PDF sketchbook.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't matter what level you pledge. The first day backers, you'll get the PDF sketchbook just as a thank you on that first day. So there's a lot of great stuff. In fact, I'm actually, because we're launching Friday, I'm actually adding some more incentives in there. So it's going to be a whole lot of things to choose from. There's going to be gold foils, hollow foils,
But you know what? Don't even give them too much. Tune in at 8 p.m. tonight so that you can check out more of the information that Sam's talking about.
Because tonight, baby, I want to get... It's like, oh, you... Let me... So anyway, join us tonight. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera. We are.
It's just easy.
It's not.
Crazy.
Acquiesce.
No, I was talking about my friend Laquise. I met him.
Say my name, right?
This is what you were thinking? Oh my God.
He described me. He said, "I'm the." What?
Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. To Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze on It's Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Candy girl.